my name is Gabby and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, then welcome to my channel, and today's video is going to be my summer 2025 TBR. So for spring, I picked 4 books for my TBR and 3 of them were read. The 4th is being currently read. So I would say that that number was pretty successful for me, so we're gonna try that again, even though that number wasn't necessarily successful for me in the winter. And for summer, I tend to look for watery books, books that take place in the summer, coming of age, contemporaries, or really just whatever I am feeling in my heart. And I do feel like we have a good mix of that today. I will have the content warnings I can find linked down below in the description, along with links to some resources, and let's go ahead and get into it. And starting with a book for my 2025 TBR, we have Fat Chance Charlie Vega by Crystal Maldonado. And this is a coming-of-age story that follows our main character Charlie, who just wants to have a good relationship with her body. However, it's hard for her when the entire world and also her mother have ideas and opinions on what she should look like. When she starts dating her classmate, everything seems perfect until she finds out that he actually asked out her best friend first. And she begins to wonder if he really sees her at all, because it's time for people to do so. So yes, this is from my 2025 TBR. And when I originally set that TBR, I basically picked one book for summer, spring, winter, fall, and then I didn't end up getting to my winter pick, but my spring and summer picks have already been read. And I chose this book for the fall, but specifically like the September type of fall where it still kind of feels like summer, like the weather's kind of still there. So I figured why not just move this book to this summer and then move my winter pick to the fall. But I am very much looking forward to the coming of age themes here. I tend to have a very large weakness for those. It's honestly one of my favorite things to read. I'm really looking forward to getting to know our main character. I feel like there's a good chance for some really good character growth here as well. And I love that, and I'm hoping to really love this book as a whole. I feel like I've heard good things about it. And next up is Wish You Weren't Here by Erin Baldwin, and this follows our 2 main characters, Juliet and Priya, who have agreed to a truce of sorts. As Juliet has never really hated Priya in the way that teen movies say that she should hate the popular girl. And while Priya seems to have everything during the school year, Juliet has the summer at a sleepaway camp where she never feels like she's too much. However, when Priya shows up to that sleepaway camp and is Juliet's cabin mate, everything that can go wrong starts to go wrong, and Juliet is going to need to find something that she likes not only about her situation, but also about Priya, or risk hating the only home she's ever really had. This is one of the books that, like, out of the entirety of my physical TBR, this is one of the ones that I am most excited about. But I've been waiting for the summer, and it is summer. I'm looking forward to the rivals to lovers trope here. It's one of my favorites. I have a really good feeling about these two, and have since I first saw this book on Bookstagram, and I knew that I needed to haul it then and read it as soon as I could. As soon was a little bit longer than I anticipated, but it is time now. Like, I am going to be so sad if I don't love this book. I have been disappointed more than enough this year. Next up, we have Mirrored Heavens by Rebecca Roanhorse, which is the 3rd and final book of the Between Earth and Sky trilogy, which begins with Black Sun, and this is a series that is inspired by the civilizations of the pre-Columbian Americas. It takes place in a city called Tova during the time of the winter solstice, which is usually a time for celebration and renewal. Or it would be, but the solstice this year is around the same time as a solar eclipse, which according to the sun priest signifies an unbalancing of the world. I started this series back in 2021, and I was super immersed and invested in Black Sun. It's one of the books that I credit with saving my reading year that year. And I also really enjoyed the sequel, Fevered Star, as well, and there's a lot about that book that felt like a setup for this one, which really excites me for this book. I'm also just really excited to be back in this world. I've always really loved just getting to explore it, and I've also gotten pretty invested in the characters, so I'm excited to see them as well. It has been way too long since I've read anything from this series, and I want to change that. And I don't know, this cover looks watery and aquatic. I also did read Fevered Star on a very hot day in August, so yeah, this feels correct to me. And finally, we have Zyla and Kai by Christina Forrest, and this follows Zyla and Kai, who run away together during a school trip, which surprises everyone because they've been broken up for months. A breakup that actually didn't surprise everyone, as Kai is a hopeless romantic while Zyla is more cynical when it comes to romance. And we alternate in between the past and the present as they become friends, fall in love, and eventually break up. So according to the description, and also kind of the cover, these two became friends by working at an amusement park during the summer, and based on that, and just like the amusement park in general, I chose this for this TBR. The last Christina Forrest book that I read was really cute. I remember having a good time with it. It has been a while though. But my hopes are still pretty high for this, but I'm also not gonna lie, this was a little bit of a cover buy for me. Due to like the light purple cover and the amusement park in the background, mostly the amusement park in the background, it just looks really cute, but the story also does sound interesting. I'm curious about what the structure of this is going to look like and how that's going to be handled when it comes to just like going back and forth between the past and the present and just like the progression of things. But I'm also mostly just looking forward to like cute summery amusement park stuff. Okay, so there are a few other books and also definitely a handful of manga series that I'm hoping to get to this summer, but this is going to be all that I speak aloud for now. Thank you all so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, and answer the question that'll be around here if you want to do that, and hopefully I will see you here next time. Bye!